got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes when it takes control.
Dominate all day. Pack on 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's Jordan Love's second week back from injury, and the Packers are looking for him to build off that late-game momentum he generated against the Vikings.
Here's the snap to Love. He fires end zone. He's got his man. Touchdown.
It's a 6-point game. Touched again.
Getting back more comfortable with the timing and ball placement, things like that. So, yeah, I mean, getting all those reps and all those throws definitely, I think, helped and will help me going forward.
The more we threw, the better he got.
Looking left, still looking, waiting, throwing, end zone, touchdown! Oh my goodness!
It's hard to go out there when you just don't have a lot of practice or you have a lot of time off and expect to be at the top of your game. I think it's a process, and I know he's doing everything in his power, and I think he looks better with each and every day.
While the Packers quarterback works his way back into form, the Rams quarterback is leading an injury-riddled offensive unit. But Matthew Stafford's reputation has proven he's more than capable of doing that and doing it well.
That's tough. I mean, when you lose your top two guys and two guys that are premier receivers in this league, but, you know, they still got the guy delivering the football that's one of the best in the business. What he's able to accomplish, he can make any throw, he's tougher than crap.
He's been doing it a long time at a high level, so I definitely love watching him, break down his tape, his film, things like that. And, I mean, talk about a guy that can put the ball in the money. I mean, he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the game.
Stafford deep down the middle for Robinson.
Matthew Stafford, got so much respect for him, and we got to make sure that we get after him as best we can.
Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Brew Pub, lots of matzo pizza. Xavier, what did the Viking game tell you about your team?
It told me a lot about our team. I think it told me the most that we have a very resilient group, a group that, is going to play to the last whistle, a group that's going to play hard no matter what's going on, and a group that is always going to fight the adversity. So I thought it was good for us to see, obviously early on through the season, knowing what we're capable of and knowing that the fight will always continue.
Let's see, you've got 4 games under your belt. You have intercepted a pass in each of those games. Have you taken a moment to say, wow?
I haven't. I haven't really got a chance to kind of just settle in and soak it in. Right now, I'm just trying to focus on obviously being in season, knowing that we got another opponent this week, kind of just getting back to work with the guys. And I think when you have great coaches, when you have great players kind of all come together, it makes it a hell of a lot easier, and it gives us the opportunity and the ability to go out there and just play fast and free.
Are there a lot of plays where you have a feel for what's coming?
Yeah, for sure. You start to see things over and over again, and you start to understand route concepts, and you start to anticipate things, and you're able to play a lot faster. Sometimes you could jump things.
Intercepted! I don't know if that's ever been done in Packers history.
What would you say, and please don't be modest, this is about you.
Yeah.
What's your best attribute as a safety?
My best attribute as a safety, I think, is my range. Reading off the quarterback, I pride myself on my instincts and just trusting whatever I see.
For the 4th game in a row, Xavier McKinney with the interception. X marks the spot of the deep secondary of the Packers.
Now, I've noticed all the coaches and your teammates call you X.
Yeah.
Is having X for a nickname kind of cool?
Yeah, it is. It is.
It sounds cool.
For sure.
Well, X, you have been, just from the outside looking in, you have been like a leader from day one. Is leadership something you focus on, or are you just being you?
Just being me. I think it's how I've always been, but at the same time, I try to continuously figure out ways where I can be a better leader. and just kind of understanding my environment and, you know, the people that are around me, because everybody's different. Not everybody is led the same way, and you know, as a leader, you have to be able to understand that and be able to work with different people and lead people differently.
It is a new football week. What are you focused on?
Just knowing that I still got a lot to improve on. I'm not perfect, just still trying to find ways where I can be better, because I know at the end of the day, you know, what I want to accomplish and where I want to get to. And I do know, you know, in doing that, it's not just going to be, you know, these last 4 games. It's going to be a lot more games and a lot more snaps. So going into meetings with the right attitude, going into practice with the right attitude, so when game days come, I can be able to make more of those plays.
Kenny Clark turns 29 on Friday, making him one of the elder statesmen on the Packers defense.
Right side, here's the handoff off the left side, and nothing doing right there.
That was a Kenny Clark special. Stuff the blocker, tackle the ball carrier.
To help celebrate, he'll face the Rams for the 6th time in his career, and that's great news. He's posted 4.5 sacks against LA thus far, the second most for any player against the team since 2018.
Snap to Stafford is low. Now he's rushed, and he's sacked by Kenny Clark. A huge play.
It feel like every year we play the Rams, so we know them pretty well. They know us pretty well. You know, we just decided to go out there and just play ball and play ball how we know how.
Kenny continues to lead the charge up front. Right behind him, it's Quay Walker who's jumping off the tape, doing what he's done ever since he arrived in Green Bay in 2022, leading the defense in tackles.
Here's the snap to Darnold under pressure. And sack! Quay Walker on the blitz, loss of 13.
It takes some time when you're learning a new style of defense, and I think there's been a lot of things that he's done really well, and I'm confident in the guy and the way he attacks it. I have no question about that. Quay loves football, and he does everything in his power to be at his best.
He's upended, short of the first down.
He's dialed in, and he's really starting to see it and think faster. I think he's getting better every day. Like, I'm really excited, and like, it's not coach speak, it's like I see it. And he deserves it because he's working so damn hard.
LB's on 3, 1, 2, 3, LB.
Welcome to Best of the Locker Room. Don't know about you, but yours truly probably couldn't handle the pressure of being an NFL kicker. Here's Braden Arvison.
I felt what rock bottom feels like in a game. Like, I've felt that. So I'm kind of at the point right now where it's almost like a screw it, you know what I mean, mentality. Like, I'm a dog, I'm that guy, I'm gonna go out there and bang the kick, right?
Dontavian Wicks had 5 catches for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Vikings. Unfortunately, he also had some drops.
The good, they're gonna always make you feel good, but you know, you gotta critique the bad things if you wanna, you know, execute, you know, to the fullest, you know, and be your best. You know, the good things, they're gonna come. But when you critique, you know, the things that you didn't do well, that's what make you a better player.
Using passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 10 plus as the standard, the Packers lead the league in explosive plays with 38. Jaden Reed has an NFL high 7 catches of 20 or more yards. He also has 4 runs of 10 plus.
I always say, like, if you juice it, you use it. So, like, if you're not bringing the juice, then what you doing? I'm just out there just doing my job and just doing whatever it takes, you know, for us to be at the best we could be. So, I mean, that's definitely great company to be in, for sure. You know, it's just setting goals for myself, you know, but I always put my team goals in front of my personal goals, so.
LaFleur called you a tone setter on Monday. Jordan called you a spark plug yesterday. What does it mean to have those guys say that about you?
Man, it's just got to keep setting the standard high, man. So, you know, just got to continue to do that and hold that standard to what it is and keep building the energy.
What would you call yourself?
I always say, like, if you juiceless, you useless. So, like, if you're not bringing the juice, then what you doing? So that's always been my mindset. You know, I always, you know, been a saying that's been with me since college. So, yeah.
What have you seen from the Rams defense?
They got a lot of young guys that's out there willing to compete. So, you know, a lot of respect for those guys. And, you know, we're just game planning for those guys. And so we're ready to go out there and compete Sunday.
How do you use the momentum of the fourth quarter to keep that up?
Yeah, just, you know, learn from our mistakes and, you know, just build upon, you know, those things and build upon all the good things that we did. So that's our main focus right now.
Do you feel like the offense is starting to get back into more of a rhythm now that you had Jordan back in practice and played a game?
Yeah, repetition is always important. You know, the more reps you get, the better you are at it. So I do think the more reps we've been getting, you know, the better we've been executing. So
if it's not numbers, what does drive you?
It's really, man, my purpose, just motivating people around me, just being there for my teammates, you know, just knowing that they know I got them always, and, you know, just always my purpose, you know, the reason I do this, you know, I love it first and foremost. You know, my dad, you know, he loved watching me do it, so just always having that in the back of my mind, and then, you know, for my family, really, just, you know, continue to do it for my family, my teammates, and, you know, everybody that, you know, believe in me, and also the people that doubted me. So that's the reason I do it.
I know you, obviously last year was your first year, but you guys do they almost seem like a divisional opponent now? You guys have played them like 5 years in a row. How much does it help with not exactly a new team, but not exactly
I feel what you're saying there. Just, you know, definitely my second year in a row playing them. You know, definitely just, you know, being able to see that opponent for, you know, multiple times in 2 years. Definitely it can feel that way.
I remember last year, Matt said it was kind of like a mirror game because you guys are so similar to what you run offensively and defensively. Is it similar again this year, or is there any really differences?
Yeah, because we've seen this defense a lot before, so yeah, it could definitely feel that way. And yeah, you know, kind of a copycat league, like a lot of people say, and a lot of people run the same things. No, that's just how it goes in this league.
You and Tay are super close. What was it like to see him bounce back in that second half last week?
Man, I had no doubt about it. You know, I know what kind of player he is. You know, he shows it day in, day out. You know, I think he's capable of being one of the greatest. So that's just how I feel about my brother, and I know he's gonna keep fighting until, you know, the last whistle.
I know you guys got plenty of depth, so does that give you the comfort without Christian this week that you guys will be able to keep things going?
You know, it's always tough having a weapon like that. You know, Christian did a lot of things out there last Sunday for me. You know, clearing out the mic, open me up to, you know, find the holes in the defense and stuff like that. So, you know, it's always tough, you know, missing a weapon like that for sure. So we just got a game plan to how, you know, the coaches are putting it out there for us and execute it.
You were really good, obviously, last year. You're off to a fantastic start this year. What's been the key for you getting that done?
Just to understand the playbook, you know, from that standpoint, being more confident. Just when you know what you do, you can play faster. So I just think that's helped me out tremendously. And then just the guys around me, you know, just, you know, we all, you know, are playing for each other. So, you know, I can't do what I'm doing without, you know, all the other 10 guys out there with me. So credit to those guys that, you know, help each other. And, you know, coaches do a great job as well preparing us. So.
What's the excitement level for heading back to Cali for you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Got a lot of going back home. Got a lot of fam coming to the game, so yeah, I'm excited to go out there. You know, play in front of the family, play in front of a lot of my friends. You know, from college and stuff gonna be there, so it's gonna be cool.
How many tickets total?
Man, I ended up getting a box out there, so I got a lot of people coming.
It's been a long time coming. You're probably the last team in the league to play in that stadium, I imagine.
Yeah, I've been there before. I had watched like it was, what was it, WrestleMania there like last year. But yeah, it's first time playing out there. I mean, we're playing in SoFi. So.
Kyren Williams has scored a touchdown in 7 straight games, and obviously you would think they're going to lean on the run, especially with how kind of banged up they are at receiver. What is his strength that makes him difficult?
I mean, he's a great runner. He's strong at the point of attack. You know what I'm saying? He really presses blocks well. He gets guys to, you know, hop out of their gaps and stuff like that. So main thing with him is just making sure we in control of our gaps, making sure, you know, we stay patient, you know, getting off of blocks and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, for the most part, he all around back. He can do it pretty much everything. So just got to make sure, we keep gap integrity and all that kind of stuff.
I think last year Matt LaFleur talked about this being like a mirror game because, I mean, you see these guys 4 straight years, now 5. It's not a division game, but does it feel almost as familiar as one with the scheme similarity and how many times you've seen these guys?
No, definitely, yeah. We played them. I mean, it felt like every year we play the Rams, so we know them, pretty well. They know us pretty well, and then just with the coaching tree and the coaching layover and all that kind of stuff, they all know each other. So it's pretty much the same scheme and a lot of stuff that we see at practice. So we've been focused on ourselves, just getting ourselves better and and focus on the Rams and focus on what they're doing.
K-State, what have you seen from Stafford and just the fact obviously he hasn't had the receivers, but just overall impressions on this?
Man, just overall, just great quarterback, man. Brings everything to the table. Just a veteran, man, and he's seen it all and done it all. Gets the ball out quick. He's great with his cadence. You can't say. He's just a great quarterback. He brings all of it to the table. He's tough. He's gonna sit in there and try to make the throws. He can make all the throws. So definitely got to have our antennas up with him. We got to get after him and make sure we disrupting his timing.
He's not a guy that's going to move around as much as other guys you've faced. Does that kind of give you licking your chops a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. He's not going to move as much. So that's good. That's definitely good. Pass rushing wise, the main thing is just being able to disrupt his timing and all that kind of stuff. So he can't hold the ball, so we'd be able to get after him and get sacks.
Also for you, how are you feeling just health-wise, just trying to get ready for another game?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. I'm doing all right.
Either O-line's pretty beat up. Do you guys recognize that and kind of talk amongst each other like this is a chance for this D-line to really get after it this week?
Yeah, man. We not focused on that. We just trying to just get another win and just focus on just playing ball. Honestly, they're a great team over there. They're well coached. They got a great scheme. They do a lot of things well, and Matthew Stafford, he's a hell of a quarterback, a hell of a leader, and I know they're gonna be ready to play. So, we just decided to go out there and just play ball and play ball how we know how.
How aware are you of Logan Bruss and his story? He started at guard for them a couple straight games. He played at Kimberly High School just down the road.
Okay, cool. Another guy, that we gotta get after, and we gotta play ball. But he's a guy that they lean on, and a guy that they lean on to play. So.
Have you watched any of his film the last 2 weeks and taken note of anything in particular?
We watched a lot of them. Don't want to really get too much into the game plan and all that kind of stuff, how we gonna attack them, but. You're a really good player.
Obviously, the Packers fans travel really well on the road, but that's a place where visiting fans kind of overwhelm it anyways. How nice is it going to be to see so many Packer fans more than likely out there for you guys?
It seems like every time we go out to LA or any kind of that stuff, we got a lot of fans out there. So, hopefully we can get them using they silent count out there, at their home stadium. We're gonna have a lot of Packer fans out there. I know it's a lot. So. Hopefully, we can get that going.
Sean, this period of time where you're not rotating, you're the guy at right guard, how's it going for you? It looks like it's been good. How's it going for you?
Yeah, it's going good. We've been running the ball a little bit, throwing the ball a little bit, just playing ball again, how it used to be. So. It's going good. We're trending, going the right way. We're just trying to go 1-0 this week. So, yeah.
Sean, I'll just be honest. If it was me, I'd rather not be rotating with anybody. Have you found that to be a little easier?
Yeah, because when you're rotating, I guess it is easier when you're just playing the whole game, just because I'm playing the whole game.
Yeah.
When you're rotating, you're kind of warm, not as warm, not as warm. So you're kind of trying to find that balance of, when you're not in, trying to stay loose, stay locked in. But when you're playing the whole game, it's easy to do that, But for the time being, it's easy, Play the game.
Sean, I remember, I think it was during camp, they said you had to work on your conditioning. Now, you guys have had some hot days, which can be hard on the big guys. You've had some hot days. How's that going? Because it doesn't seem like it's a problem.
I think that summer conditioning paid off then. Yeah, it's been hot, but I try to practice to a way where I am a little bit gassed, just so that the games are easier. So, you know, I think the whole line, actually, we've been doing some extra stuff here and there, just because we have been running the ball, so we know, you know, where we were compared to what we have been doing was a little off. So we've been trying to level out so that we all could be, you know, breathing clear and doing what we need to do to help the team win.
I got to tell you, part of your game I really enjoy is that it's amazing how often the guy you're blocking ends up on the ground.
Yeah.
Can you talk about finishing?
Yeah. Well, that's been something that's been kind of drilled into me since I started playing ball. Was you know, finish every play. So I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things, especially in the league. You know, guys are in supreme condition, so. You know, in college you could kind of get away with kind of just throwing them outside and, you know, they're not going to make the play. But now, you know, shoot, a linebacker run off, you know, backside and chase the running back down from the back. So, you know, staying on guys, and it's easier when they're on the ground and instead of fighting you, you know, with hand swipes. So, yeah, it's a lot easier when they're down. You just kind of help them down.
Do you enjoy that kind of thing? I mean, rubbing their face in the dirt a little bit?
I do, yeah. I mean, I don't know any lineman who really doesn't, but I do enjoy it.
Last thing for you, the Rams, they're 1-3, but you look at their interior guy. I think Kobe Turner's a good player.
Yep.
They got rookie Braden Fisk,
yep.
And he looks like he can be a handful. How are you looking at this game against the Rams?
Yeah, they're definitely very active. Super, you know, active with their hands, feet, total super high motor. What I'm going into this is I got to work on my feet. Just being able to deal with all of their kind of, you know, shed and pull and all of that. So I'm working on, you know, keeping my hips down and my weight kind of centered, just because I know I'm gonna still have to rock off the ball, but I can't, you know, rock off as hard as on some, you know, other teams, just because they are so active. So it's something I've been working on. There's something I know that we've been emphasizing is their line movement and just how active they are. So I think just recognizing it and being conscious of it is, you know, the first part to being successful this game. So.
We're going west, Weston, for Green Bay's debut at SoFi Stadium. Packers and Rams, time for final thoughts. Wes, what's at stake?
Well, Mike, the Packers trying to get back above 500 once again, but also trying to pick up that first win in the NFC. Now, we know if the Packers are going to be able to make a run here at the playoffs, you have to pick up these conference victories. This is a big one going up against the LA Rams.
Yeah, and absolutely. And there are a couple of streaks here that one, the Packers would like to keep going, another they would like to end. Green Bay has won 9 of the last 10 games against the Rams dating back to 2007. You'd obviously like to continue that. But the Packers haven't actually beaten the Rams in Los Angeles since 1966 when Vince Lombardi was the head coach. That's a streak you got to put an end to on Sunday. So who's heating up, presented by Aurora Heated Apparel?
Michael, I offer you Dontavian Wicks. Now, I know there were some plays that Tay wants back last week and things he has to learn from, but this guy is getting open at a prodigious rate so far this season. There are few in the NFL that have gained as much separation as Wicks. Being able to have those 5 catches in the second half, getting 2 more touchdowns on his resume. It looks like the Packers have avoided some disaster there with Christian Watson, but they could need Wicks to come up big in this game against the Rams.
Yeah, and on the defensive side of the ball, who else is there to go with besides safety Xavier McKinney? 1 interception in each of his first 4 games as a Green Bay Packer. He's the first player in franchise history to do that. The first player to have a streak of 4 straight games with an interception since Nick Collins in 2009. And there's only been 1 streak in team history of 5 straight games with an interception. Way back in 1943, a rookie named Irv Comp set the franchise record with 10 interceptions in a season with the streak of 5. Xavier McKinney, hot on his trail. Wes, I like to keep it as simple as possible, and in this game, for the Packers to win, they have to run the ball against the worst rushing defense in the league so far this season, and they have to keep the Rams kicking field goals. That's an offense that has struggled to put the ball in the end zone. The Packers have to keep them struggling.
Excellent points all around, Mike, and for me, the Green Bay Packers have to start fast in this one. 2 things go into that. 1, you can't fall into another 28-0 deficit like they did against the Vikings, but 2, the Rams also have struggled to get going early this season. Only 19 points through 4 games in the first half. The Green Bay Packers need to be able to push that pace early on and impose their will against LA.
Absolutely, and with that, we will sign off on this edition of Final Thoughts. Be sure to follow all of our coverage of Sunday's game from SoFi Stadium on Packers.com and on all of your social media channels. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the ballgame.
I'm excited about it. My first time playing SoFi, so excited to go back home and have a lot of family and friends there and excited to be able to play in front of them.
They still got Matthew Stafford. He's a Hall of Fame caliber player. He can make any throw, so we got to make sure that we get after him.
He's hit from behind. Ball comes loose. All right, let's go. Here they come. Brought down. Sacked again. The Packers have recovered to the pylon. Touchdown.
Leaping catch. Touchdown. Intercepted for a 4th time.
I'm here. Intercepted by the Green Bay Packers.
Danger they both crave when they put on a show. She likes when he takes control.
Want to do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. Bounce, y'all. Bounce, y'all. Bounce, y'all. Bounce, y'all.
Brett Favre would further cement himself in the record books on December 16, 2007 against the Rams. On a slant route to Donald Driver, Favre passed Dan Marino for the all-time passing yards record. The Packers defense stepped up in the game as well, recording 4 sacks and 2 interceptions, both by Atari Bigby. The Packers won 33-14. Favre would hold that record until it was broken by Peyton Manning in 2015. Memorable moments brought to you by the Oneida Casino.